What is up? How is it going? Happy Tuesday. Back still working on this scene. So the game plan is do the cleanup on the rabbit. I gotta time out his eyes because it's just 2 frames on his eyes, and then I'm gonna color this whole scene. So I'm thinking the combination of doing the cleanup on the rabbit and coloring all this is probably gonna take longer than I think it will. So we'll see. But that is the game plan. Try to remember to stretch my hands. Usually I do it longer, but I'm not trying to make this a hand stretching stream. Oh, why is my keyframe right there? Stuff got crazy last week, so I did miss a stream, but it's all good.
Soft on me, boy.
Last week was crazy. I had a lot of paid client work last week. But it was good stuff, though. I usually complain about client work, but this wasn't too bad. One problem is I've been working in Adobe Animate all week, so I gotta work extra hard not to accidentally hit the wrong keyboard shortcuts, or Blender is just gonna crash. I don't know what that's about. Well, so I did a lot of work over the weekend, and so my time, I'm all discombobulated with the time. So like it's Tuesday, It don't feel like Tuesday to me, yo. It feels like a Thursday or something. Like it feels like it should be the end of the week for me. I got 2 more shots after this shot. It's crazy to think. It seems like I've been working on this for so long. And it's wild because you just finish it and move on to the next thing. It reminds me of when I was working on Chris Slash. Like, this is nowhere near as long as that. But when I was working on Chris Slash, it took me years. And when I was like 3 shots away from being done with that second episode. I was like, what? I'm almost done? Like, I can't believe it. What am I going to do with my life after this cartoon is done? Man, I feel like back in the day, I used to be able to just draw a perfect circle with no kind of problems. Remember there was that guy who was like a professional, like perfect circle drawer? He would like draw a perfect circle on a chalkboard. He would like swing his arm around and make a perfect circle. and that was like his whole shtick. I think I was the only person genuinely impressed by that guy. No, no barking dog. I just recently changed my nib on my stylus, and I didn't realize how bad it was until just now. I grind mine into the ground. I saw somebody on Twitter who was like, "Who does this to their nibs?" They were like, "What kind of madman does this to their nibs?" And I'm like, "It's me. I'm the one that does that to my nibs." No, I think that's a side effect though of drawing on paper. You gotta tattoo the paper with your line work. But now that I've changed it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a lot smoother. This is my last felt tip nib. Is that the oh, I'm about to say, is that the music or is there a barking dog? That's... Sparks, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you again. How's your Tuesday going? think once I finish this little project, I'm gonna go back and watch some more tutorials because I think they've added a bunch more stuff to Blender since I started doing this. Like I could probably get some better brushes or something. Some more plugins. All right, I just wanted to see what that looked like.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, open sesame. Open sesame.
Technoplasm Productions, what's up, man? Glad you can make it. I got this weird cola I bought from downstairs. It's not bad. Yeah, the game plan for this is mostly coloring. How do I find the time? I assume you have a regular 9 to 5. You also mentioned being married. And well, actually, like this is my, well, not this specifically, but like I do art full time now, and I'm married. It's just I guess like time management, and I don't know if I'm that great at it because I'm either like swamped with work or I have nothing going on. So like right now, it's probably like the first time in a long time where I've had like consistent work at a normal pace where I'm not dying. But usually I'm either like overloaded and burnt out with work, or I'm like desperate and like waiting for the next thing to come. So it's pretty good right now. But even then, it's still like a lot of time management. I have to remember to take breaks. That's my hardest thing. Techno says, so shit happened and now I've got a bacterial infection in my bloodstream, so I'm trying to take it easy. Oh man, that's horrible. I hope it's not too bad. You gotta try to take care of yourself. Now, I had a 9 to 5 back in like 2023, and I picked up a lot of bad working habits from it, just like working nonstop and never taking breaks. So I'm trying. I try to be really aware of that, but sometimes, like I have to use a timer to see how long I've been working, and like if I don't use a timer, I'll just go, and then I'll be like, man, how long have I been working? I don't know how many hours I've been sitting in this chair. So it's kind of hard. Do art full time? Yeah, it's cool. Question mark. I mean, it's when it's cool. But like, I do miss having like a regular paycheck, like where like, you know, every 2 weeks it's guaranteed you're gonna get a paycheck. But when it's good, it's good. So I can't complain. So you got 875 milligrams of amoxicillin and 20 milligrams of a medication that I can't pronounce to heal. My esophagus and stomach lining are the only thing between me and death. Damn. I hope it's not as serious as it sounds. I hope you get better soon. That's crazy. Looking hella good, by the way. Thank you. The scene before this one, I skipped ahead because I couldn't figure out what the bad guys in the background are going to look like. And so I got one of my friends to help me out and do some character design. So we kind of figured that out. So probably the next stream is I'm going to go backwards one scene and like fill in all the bad guys for that one shot with the two of them standing back to back, and then like all the bad guys are going to be like moving behind them and stuff in like a real studio trigger looking shot. Said I'm healing up. I just drank some shit that tore through my throat. Fuck the person who served me this drink. Calm sounds amazing. Can't wait to see the goons in the background. Thank you. I can't wait to like see this done. It's been so long. This is only 30 seconds. And so when I first came up with this in my brain, I was like, this will take me like a month. But then I got a bunch of freelance work for like, I had like 3 or 4 months worth of like consistent animation work where I really didn't have time to touch this. And the deadline was so crazy on those jobs. I was doing that stuff like 7 days a week, 8 hours a day until, what is it? This is February? So maybe until like the end of the year. And so I think I've been working on this for almost a year, maybe, which is insane. I gotta figure out some strategy to color this. Like the weird thing about coloring in Blender is that if you have a layer underneath the layer you're coloring on, it'll still take, like, you know how in Photoshop, like if you have two layers and you color above one layer, it's not gonna fill the layer underneath. Like this one, it's affected by the layers underneath, so you gotta like do it in a specific order. I don't know if I'm making it make sense, but it's like slightly more complicated. Yeah, no way you'd be able to actually do it alongside your painting work. I get you. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do her first. I think another thing is I gotta color her 3 frames and then copy and paste it on the parts where the drawing is being like recycled. So I guess I'll do that first. It'll be time consuming as hell, but maybe easier in the long run. Oh, brush tool instead of normal fill tool. I actually use a combination. So I use the fill tool, but then there's also this, like you can put the fill tool onto the brush and then you can sort of, oh wait, I can't do it on this layer, hold on. Let me make another layer. But I was saying you could put the fill on the brush, and then you can sort of trace where you want it to go, and it'll like autofill it like that. So I use a combination of the bucket and this thing. There is a way that you can like draw invisible lines so you can close the gaps. So like on her eye, like right here where her eye is open like this, there's a way you can just like draw a line and close that gap and have it be invisible so you can use the fill tool. But I've never gotten it to like work the way I need it to work. And so like I said, I just use the fill tool and this thing. And then another issue I have is that every scene I have to redo the color palettes from scratch. And I'm sure I absolutely know that there has to be a way to like transfer the color palette from like a previous scene to the next scene, but I haven't figured that out yet. So I'm just gonna keep doing it the long way until I figure it out. That's nice. I can see that being really useful, the brush plus fill combo in the invisible line brush. Yeah, I gotta figure out the invisible line brush. Because I was trying to make it work before and it wouldn't work. And it's one of those things where I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and then I look up a video and they're doing the same thing I'm doing in the video, but it works for them. Fake it till you make it. That's the plan. Hidden setting I'd assume. It's probably something like really minor, or like something checkbox that I don't have selected or something. Man, that soda's good, but I'm trying so hard not to burp into the mic. Fair. It's not that kind of stream. I was watching a YouTube video and the dude was like, it was like a video about something where I had a voiceover, and in the middle of the voiceover, the dude was just like, "Erp," and then kept going. And I was like, yo, why didn't they edit that out? It's a pre-recorded video. Like, you have the ability to edit that out. He was like, nah, I'm gonna keep that burp for posterity. I get the gastro reflex really bad on account of the fact that my throat and stomach are healing. So I get that intuitively, yeah. That is not how you spell Alice. Is that it? Her shoes aren't in this shot. I can't remember if you told me or not already, but did you get a chance to go over my voice work I sent you? I know you received it. Yeah, I listened to it. It's actually really good. I already think I know who I'm gonna use you for. It's definitely gonna be like one of the villains. Because I think you had a lot of like villain voice work that was good, and I was like, oh yeah. Like, you don't know how good it is to give good voice actors. Like, it's hard because it's one of those things everybody thinks they can do. Like, I got a lot of people that want to do voices, but I'm like, you actually have to act though. Like, it's not enough just to do the voice. I need you to act. Hell yes, my main man. Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm either gonna use you for the Cheshire Cat or the Mad Hatter. But I gotta figure that out. I gotta decide that. And I have somebody who sent me like voice samples on TikTok for female voices. Where I'm like, man, I don't know how I got so lucky where people are coming to me. Because I used to have to like go on the forums and be like, please Please, somebody do the voices for my cartoon. So it's just color in this frame, and this frame. And then for the rest of the sequence, I gotta copy and paste them underneath the line art. This excites me. That's good. I'm glad you're excited. It excites me too. Now, I might use you for like random stuff too. Because I made a RPG Maker game a couple years ago. And I had like voices for when they do their special attacks in the fights. And I had a female voice actor for the girl, but I couldn't find anybody who was good to do the guy. And so I might like have random things that come up that I can use you for. Oh, I forgot about these open parts. Hold on, let me fix that. Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy. Don't panic. I'll make her face green and then go back. I think I might have a solution to your color palette problem where it doesn't transfer over. Just have it on an image that you can layer on another frame and then color pick it, which might be what you're doing already. Like, the problem is I have to use Blender's materials to get the colors in there. So I can't just like color pick it from this like image right here. I have to like turn each color into its own material, and then I can color pick it from like the palettes and stuff. But I think there is a plugin where you can like do that though. I just haven't had a chance to mess with it. She looks like she's a St. Patrick's Day mascot. All right, that worked out. Oh, I missed her hair up top. That's annoying. I'll fix that. Oh, that's evil, Blender. How could you? All right, I'm gonna get up real quick and go blow my nose, so I'm not like sniffing into the mic. I'll be right back. Oh, I was like, did the music stop? What happened? I don't know how people be streaming like 12 hours and don't have that problem. And make sure I'm on the right layer. This time I could not hear the snort. That's by design. People who stream that long consistently, I swear, are on drugs. Yeah, I don't know how they like. I did like a 3.5 hour stream once, where I was just playing some game and I was dead afterwards, and I was like, I don't know how people can go so long. I guess you just adapt to it after a while. I'm also like, how can you talk for that long? So there was this one guy who some chick cheated on me with, and he's a Twitch streamer. All he does is stream every single day, and I don't know how the fuck he does it. Every day for long hours of the day into the night. That's crazy. He don't have to like eat or anything. I'm trying to build up my tolerance. Like 3 hours is an accomplishment for me. I think out of all these streams, I've done one 3-hour stream. Where I was like, yay me. But then afterwards, I'm like wiped for the rest of the day. Because it's like you're streaming, but you're also like actively doing something. Like I used to not stream for the longest time because I was like, how do you work? How do you get work done and stream at the same time? And I kind of worked that out on my own, but I guess it's just like a tolerance thing. You build your tolerance for it over time. I think he does. I just don't know when he finds the time for it because it's like either early in the morning to like 5 p.m. or 9 p.m. to like 7 in the morning for him when he does this. Right. If it doesn't take out your mental industry, if it doesn't take out your mental energy, it'll take out your physical energy and vice versa. Yeah. Because I had a stint where I was trying to stream, I was trying to be like an active streamer on Twitch. And I was streaming video games and I would talk. And I was like, I have a hard time. Like, how do you play this game and like remember that you have to talk also? Twitch is also garbage, yeah. Twitch is kind of crazy. I don't, like, I switched from Twitch because I only really have one consistent viewer, which is a friend of mine. And so he would just watch, like, basically just watch me play Fortnite. And I'm just talking to him mostly, but I was like, if I want to do an actual serious stream with art, I should probably do it on YouTube. I know I'll be banned if I ever do finally stream there. On site, probably. Blackout. You remember me, gang? Oddballs World. I think I do remember you. I'm pretty sure I remember you. But welcome to the stream. Hopefully your Tuesday is going well. Yeah, join us as we go down the Looking Glass. The last shot I did with her with a sword, I wanted to have like a glow on the sword. I looked up how to do it. It's so complicated to just get the glow on the sword and not like if I want all of her to glow, that's easy. But to just get it on the sword is so complex. I was like, you know what? Either I'll figure it out when I get to the editing stage, or I'm just not going to do it. They don't want this sword to glow. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before with the green face. Glow on her, or glow on her eyes in, or edit and post, yeah. The problem is it does the effect on the whole scene, and so I would have to duplicate the scene and then delete everything, like erase everything except the sword frame by frame. And I was like, you know what? I don't want the sword to glow that bad. What am I using to animate? Blender. Oh, you were on Finish This Animation Stream or Die Trying. Okay, I do remember you. All right, all right. I'm glad you made it back. I also think it's dope that you remember the title of the stream. The hardest part of streaming is coming up with those titles. Yeah. It's your favorite part of streaming as well? I was trying to name them like they're episodes of anime or something. I am on the right, okay. I'm real paranoid about not being on the right layer. Oh, you gotta go just checking in after a while. I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you later. I gotta remember to do all the white parts. Man, I've been using Adobe Animate all week. And I have to actively remember not to use those shortcuts. Because something about hitting like a bunch of keys together on like as animate shortcuts makes Blender crash. Like trying to remember not to like hold down the space bar. That makes it crash for some reason. Have we considered that this woman in Wonderland is prepared to kill? I don't think anybody has considered that. They're gonna be like, she's just as strong as the queen. I'm trying to decide if the hench dudes are going to be robots or not. Like, there's a part of me, I only use drop-down menus. I hate combo keys. I've gotten used to it from doing animation. Because, like working in Adobe Animate, I can move so fast. Like, I'm like chilling right now in Blender, so I'm not actively pressed about learning keyboard shortcuts, but like, if it's paid work and I'm on a deadline, I'm like moving in lightning fast speed, and the keyboard shortcuts are just so much faster than having to like drag here and then drag here or whatever. But I'm not pressed right now, so I don't care about how long it takes to like click a drop down menu or whatever. But I was saying I can't decide if I want the hench guys to be robots or not. Like, I feel like having them be robots is a cool callback to like Turtles and like old school 80s cartoons. But I also wouldn't mind, oh wait a minute. Also wouldn't mind them just being like actual dudes. It said make them like Island in the Sky Ghibli robots. I want to see them long arms and the one eye, rusted faces, and then her ascot glows like the necklace from that movie. I don't think I've seen that. I think that's like the one Ghibli movie I haven't seen. It's either that or I get the two movies confused. I don't remember. I think it's that one though. I haven't seen. It's Castle in the Sky, and then what's the other one? That I always mix the two up. It's good. I'm gonna watch it at some point. Making my way through movies I haven't seen yet. Like I said, I think I said this last stream where like I'm either actively playing video games or I'm actively catching up on some show. And I just what day was that? Like Sunday? On Sunday I beat Breath of the Wild for the first time, unexpectedly. Like, I think every stream so far, whenever there's been Zelda music, I'm always like, oh man, I gotta finish Breath of the Wild. And I was like trying to actively finish it, and I was trying to complete all the shrine quests. And it occurred to me, I was like, you know what, I haven't been to the castle yet. So I just went to the castle to see if I was strong enough to make it through. And then I ended up just beating the game that night. And I was like, well, I guess that's that. Wasn't expecting to do that. Have not had the luxury to play Breath of the Wild, as unfortunate as it is. I played it really late. That's why I just not beat it. And I've been playing it for like 3 years, off and on. Like, I would go through these phases where I would play it like every day and then just drop it to play something else for like 4 months. Shit. But I didn't play it for the longest time because I didn't think I would be into it. I used to work with this guy. He was like, you of all people should be playing this game. Why aren't you playing Breath of the Wild? And then like once a month, he would be like, have you bought Breath of the Wild? Have you played it yet? Are you playing Breath of the Wild? And I'd be like, I'm sorry, man, I'm not. I'm playing some other game, some XYZ game. And when I bought it, I was like, okay, I understand why he was so adamant about having me play this game. With the power of the Triforce and a lot of caffeine, I will defeat Ganondorf. It's so long, though. Or at the very, it took me a long time to beat it. Maybe it's just me. Because the thing that made me get back into it is I have a friend who just started it. And he was posting in Discord about playing it, and he was just like, this is the greatest game ever. And I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And so I was like, man, I need to finish my game. And then like he was making progress on parts that took me like months. Like he was like, I already got this many hearts and I beat this many shrines, and like he already has the Master Sword. And he's been playing for like a week or something. Like I was like, how do you have the Master Sword already? It took me, like I didn't get the Master Sword until like maybe the second year I was playing it or something. So he motivated me to get back into it, and then I was kind of like, I beat the game, but kind of also upset because I was like, I wasn't intending to actually beat the game. I was gonna play a little bit longer. Like I could still go back and like 100% it, but after I beat it, I was kind of like, damn. Good friends harass you into good things. Yeah, what a beast. So this guy, he got Tears of the Kingdom at the same time, and he's been alternating between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, he'll play one and then switch to the other. And I'm like, I can't, my brain doesn't work like that. I have to beat Breath of the Wild first in its entirety, and then play Tears of the Kingdom. My brain will get confused. I think he said he's gonna beat Tears of the Kingdom first and then go back to Breath of the Wild. Which I'm like, I can't do that. My brain cannot authorize that. I need chronological order. This guy is a mad lad on God, yeah. Because he was building stuff and posting screenshots, and I was like, what? I was like, is that Breath of the Wild? And he's like, no, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom too. Like, at the same damn time? He's like, he's using game lore like a fucking 30 switchboard, yeah. So another issue I have is that Breath of the Wild was like the big game, the one big game that I was playing. And so now I just have like a gap where I'm not playing anything. So I started playing Indivisible. If you're familiar with that, it's from the creators of Skullgirls from back in the day. Like I got a bunch of games that I bought on day one that I just like never played. So I'm like, I gotta find the next big game now to beat. Zelda was my main squeeze, and now I don't know what to do. Because I'm like, I could finish the rest of the shrines like I was doing, but I was doing all the shrines, so I had enough hearts to beat the castle. So, like, because I just beat the castle on my first try, I was like, what's the point of going through the shrines? Legends of Arceus. Oh damn, Skullgirls. I would never not feel like they should have just not sucked up and censored it. It's got the look of, like, it's really, it looks like a cartoon. And it's sort of, it's got like fighting game mechanic-y things. So like it's a turn-based RPG, but you have like real-time attacks, and you have to combo all the characters into the monster like it's Marvel vs. Capcom. It's hard to explain, but it's very like fighting game centered. Now I looked it up. Apparently it's only like 20 hours, so I'll probably beat that at some point and move on to something else. I got a bunch of games I gotta finish anyway. Rubber Hose, Smear Frames, Bliss. It's a good game. It's the game that sank the company. You know it's good if it ends the company. Don't remember if I did the whites already. I'll just do them again. If you get canceled, it was worth it. You can lie to corporate, but you can't lie to me. Now, what's going to be crazy is I got a bunch of games just like Breath of the Wild where I'm like this close to the end. I probably got like 5 or 6 games where I'm like almost about to finish them. So I'm about to have like a wave of finished games off my backlog. I still got to beat Sonic Frontiers. That's another one. Sonic Skyrim. Trying to think. I was playing Signalis. I'm almost at the end of that. So 3 frames. That's 3 frames. All right. Hopefully this next part will be easy. Sunset Overdrive. I haven't played that. I got this game called Wanted Dead on Xbox. I got it for like $2 because it was on sale. And it's like a combination of like Ninja Gaiden and like an 80s buddy cop movie kind of thing. It's really good, but it gets really hard. Between like Nintendo Switch, like PS4, because I'm still on PS4. I was gonna say Switch again. Xbox, in Steam, I got like way too many games to play. No object to paste? I can't just paste this? Oh, you know what? I probably got to copy the keyframes. That's what it is. I've got Don't Stop Girly Pop, which is like ultra kill if you pull all the merchandise into a metal tin and shook it up and then spat it out as a Y2K pink Motorola. I plan to play it once I get my computer up and running. I played this game on PC called, I want to make sure I get the title right. It's called Silly Polly. What is it called? Silly Polly Demon or something? Hold on, let me look it up. I want to make sure I say the title right. Because it's so good and I don't see anybody like talking about it. Silly Polly Beast. That's what it's called. I remember before I could look it up. PC game, Silly Polly Beast. It's like a mix of like survival horror, but also like a twin stick shooter. I don't even know what to compare it to. It reminds me of Signalis, but like fast paced. Because a lot of parts have like waves of enemies coming at you, but it's also got like survival horror stuff. That was the game I bought where I like wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. Oh, damn, the main character looks like Power. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this one and play it when I can. It's really good. I think when I bought it, I played it straight through. Usually, I jump around with games, but I stuck with that one until I finished it. Do this teeth color one. Tried to code a game once, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, It was basically just a bunch of stolen source code stitched together by my shitty spaghetti code. I might have mentioned that before, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, no, genuinely the worst thing I've ever put together, and frankly, it'll stay in the vault. You gotta keep making games. I just use RPG Maker and all the plugins. I've made 2 RPG Maker games. I think RPG Maker is slept on. Because there's enough plugins where you can make like a nice like side-scrolling kind of game, or you can get to the point where it doesn't look like an RPG Maker game. I made one where I was trying to do like a survival horror thing, like an 8-bit thing, and then I made one that was like a straight up like JRPG kind of Chrono Trigger homage. And I tried selling them. I only sold like a couple copies of them digitally. So now they're free. They're free on my itch.io page. But the survival horror one, I made $100 on Newgrounds off of that. Because you can export RPG Maker to like play in HTML5. And so the version I have on Newgrounds is like the version before I like fixed it and like did all these upgrades and stuff to it. But it won like best game of the month or something when it came out, and I got they sent me $100 for that. And I was like, yo, I was just making that for fun. I wasn't expecting to like make any money off of it. I might use RPG Maker. I've heard it simpler. I tried to use Game Maker, which is what Toby Fox used for Undertale and Deltarune. The problem is, as I found out, I actually have a learning disorder called dyscalculia. I think I said that right. That makes math and anything adjacent to math reading like hieroglyphics. I hope I didn't butcher that, but that sucks. For me, I'm not a coder, so I need something that's like graphics based, where I can just like slap the graphics on and just sort of like stitch it together based on the graphics and stuff. Like a lot, like I don't really code anything in RPG Maker, and then like if you want something custom, there are people who have already made like plugins where you just like drop it in and you just adjust like the parameters and stuff. It's very little like hand coding. Because I tried to do what did I try to do? I tried to do Construct 2. I have Pixel Game Maker, and I think I had Game Maker. Either Game Maker or something else. And out of all those, RPG Maker is the one where I can like actually finish stuff. Yeah, plug and play programming. Because I am not a programmer. And then like sometimes I would hit a wall where I want something to work a certain way and I can't get it, so I just compromise and figure out some workaround or something. Yeah, you're back into animating. What's up, Rare Kirby? I haven't seen you in a minute. It says, I don't know how the fuck you make source object move. In RPG Maker, or are you talking about Game Maker? Because like also node-based programming makes no sense to me. Like I'm sure I can sit down and like watch a bunch of YouTube tutorials. But because I'm old, something about the nodes, like plugging in nodes to make the game work is like alien to me. I don't get it. Love the animation so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to do automatic shadows on this. That's my new favorite thing. If you want to make it move, you have to set certain coordinates and parameters and all this other shit. And honestly, I just looked up at YouTube tutorial and did it that way. Oh, Game Maker, okay. Game Maker is one of those engines where everybody is like, it's so easy, just use Game Maker. But like, it don't seem easy to me. Man, that's so loud. I'm gonna mute the mic while these like sirens are going off. Okay, that's better. I don't know how many houses were just on fire. So I don't know about RPG Maker. Those people lie. Lies and slander. They used to say the same thing about Construct, because a lot of people make their Flash games and their HTML5 games in Construct. And I was like, let me try that out. Now, I think that was node-based too. I don't know. I think also just because I've been using RPG Maker since RPG Maker 95. And so I'm just like more comfortable in it. It's like event-based. Paid money for it, but you don't use it. Are you talking about RPG Maker or are you talking about Construct? It was like I had to read the ancient texts of Cthulhu just to get my stupid spooky game to work. Yeah, I don't want to go through all that trouble. Like really, I'm just concerned about the graphics. That's honestly the problem with a couple of my games is I was just like really concerned about having the graphics look good. It was literally going to be about some comic book shop owner who got transported to another realm where the Japanese urban legend of the slit-mouthed woman lived. Oh, you were talking about Click Team Fusion. Also, I paid for like, what am I using? I'm using RPG Maker MV. So it's like one behind the current one, but I got it because it was on sale. Click Team Fusion used to make Newgrounds games and Flash games, and Angry Video Game Nerd game used Click Team Fusion, and Five Nights at Freddy's. More of the story, hiring a dev team, and do the fun shit myself. Yeah, but that costs money. Because I thought about that too. Like, I was like, I could just like design a game and draw all the graphics and like do all the animation and have all the graphics done, and then just like hire somebody to do the programming side of it. But it's like, then you got to spend money though. Rob a bank. That's the solution to every problem. Almost forgot his pupil. I feel like her rabbit character sidekick has robbed a few banks in this day. That actually happens. He robs a bank, but he doesn't take any money. So like I had another version of this animation I was doing before I started this version, where it was like the origin story of how they met in the real world. And I switched it up and started doing this one because that version was like 5 minutes long, and it was taking too long. And I was like, I wanna do something that's actually gonna be finished. So I switched it up and started working on this, but I'm probably gonna go back and finish that at some point. I think the boards for it are on my TikTok or my Instagram. I don't remember. But like when they're in the real world, he looks like a dude in a rabbit costume, and she's the only one that sees him as a rabbit. And he's robbing a bank, and it looks like he's holding a gun, but like he's actually holding a fish. And she's the only one that sees a fish. Oh yeah, he's just one drawing. Very nice. Robbed the bank but took no money. He was just like taking everybody's stuff. And the watch he's wearing around his neck is what he takes from Alice. Automod deleting my banger. Half that joke. The Automod did something? That's not me. I have no idea what just happened. I don't even have a Nightbot or anything set up. Your joke was too funny for TV. What is this animation about? It's like it's kind of an excuse to do action sequences, but Alice and the Rabbit are like robbing all the Queen's like establishments. It's called Wonderland Shakedown. So like it's them like basically trying to topple the imposed infrastructure that the Queen has set up in Wonderland. Because Wonderland is supposed to be like ridiculous silliness and nothing's supposed to make sense. And she's sort of imposed this structure onto the world. And it's the two of them disrupting it. And like, there's also like a kind of it's a mix between, I've been saying it's a mix between Dead Leaves and Boondock Saints. Because there's also kind of like a criminal underground, and they're like shaking down all the criminals. YouTube censoring your ass. I did make a joke so edgy once that YouTube didn't even bother taking the short I made down. They just retroactively removed all the likes. That's crazy. That is the one thing about YouTube. They like... It's like they will like take any claim against you seriously, even if it's not like a real one. I've had claims where like what they said I was doing wasn't even real, but like there's nobody you can appeal it to. It's just like the robot that controls YouTube is just like in favor of whoever makes the claim. I don't think I made a color for his nose. can't wait till it's out. Thank you. So this animation I'm doing now, this is part of like oh, almost burped. I just finished talking about that. I'm trying so hard not to burp, drinking that soda. But this is kind of like an anime opening kind of thing. And then after I do this one, I just want to do a lot of shorts of them doing stuff and like having crazy fight scenes with different characters and stuff. And the plan is to keep each one really short so I can actually finish them. Because I hate being in this limbo where like you never finish anything. You're like perpetually working on something and it never gets done. So now I'm guilty. Every time they claim something on my content, I can't even complain. When I did Chris Slash, originally I was going to use all this Capcom music, and I picked out all this music I was going to use from like Street Fighter and Rival Schools and all this stuff. And then at the last minute, I decided to use royalty-free music because I was like, well, what if I use all that music and they copyright strike me for the music? So like, this is the first episode. So I went back and like recut everything to this copyrighted music because I had a CD from school that I got that had like a bunch of tracks on it. Oh, I didn't make another layer. So I went through the trouble of like recutting everything to this new music. And then after I uploaded it, some company bought the royalty-free company that made the CD, and then they went and copyright struck all my music that I had in the first episode of Chris Slash. And this, like, YouTube was a little bit older back then. And so I think views meant more or something. And they kind of screwed me on my views. And so that's me. I can't finish stuff. Not finishing stuff drives me insane. I like lay awake at night thinking about all the unfinished stuff that I haven't done. Is there sometimes I swear I'm too much of a nuisance because I wanted to say ripping CDs is my favorite pastime. I haven't done it in years. I haven't ripped a CD in so long. I need to get a CD player. Newgrounds music sucks, to be honest. Like, it's all the same. Nobody picks up an instrument. I complain about this a lot. Hard to find good music that's not copyrighted. You know what I do? Sometimes I go on Newgrounds and I'll just dig through all the slop and like if you go to my Newgrounds channel, I have a favorites tab with all the music. That's all music I intend to use for me, like digging around and just like looking for stuff that sounds good. It's really time consuming though, because like nobody is like good. You know, most people aren't really good, but it's worth it if you take the time and dig through. The music I'm using for this I got from Newgrounds. I might change it though, because it's been so long. Kevin McLeod, yeah, that dude. How much money has he made just making a bunch of sample music? I think that's another thing. I don't want music that sounds like everybody else's stuff. Like, I have some tracks in Chris Slash that I've heard 50 million times from other people in YouTube videos and TikToks. And I'm like, oh, thought I was doing something unique. Yeah, his entire discography is basically royalty free. Spinning Monkeys is fun and Ubiquitous. Thank you, Kevin McLeod, whatever, however you say his name. How did I change layers? Now, all the music in Vesper Charm, my RPG Maker game, is from one guy on Newgrounds. Because he used the Genesis soundboard to make all his music. So it has this like authentic video gamey kind of sound. And he also sort of like the person that did it, you could tell they know how to do like video game loops. I think there's a lot of people who are trying to do video game sounding loops, but they don't really get the structure of like how to make like RPG fight music and stuff like that. So there are definitely people on there. You just have to like dig through. It's like digging through a dumpster to find a golden donut or something. I don't know. Be playing nothing but off original soundtrack, OFF, in the background of every stream because no one appreciates the brilliance of Pepper Steak. This music you're listening to now is DJ Cutman. And I figured out he's like the only person who I can kind of get away with not getting copyright strike. Even though on my last stream, they copyright struck me for like 4 seconds of some sound he used. Some sample that like, I tried to check it to see what it was. And I couldn't even tell what it was. Almost done with this. So I'm going to get up and blow my nose again. So you don't have to listen to me sniff into the mic. And then I'll finish the scene. I'll be right back. All right, I have returned. Oh, you know what I need to do is save this. Let me select both of these. Oh, there we go. Okay. I save like if it crashes, I die with every project. Same. My brain is wired to save like every like 10 minutes automatically. I've had too many times where like something happens or I like accidentally hit some buttons and everything deletes. How many frames is this? 50? So if you see this storyboard behind them, there's supposed to be like a camera, like an anime camera thing happening. It should be easy to do. But Blender has been crazy about like sliding around the characters, not using the camera. So we'll see how that works out. I just realized you're using Blender to animate. Whoa. Yeah, this has been the thing I've been doing just in case Adobe cuts my stuff off. Because Adobe Animate is like the last Adobe product I pay for, and like I begrudgingly pay for it. It's like $22 a month or something like that. So I use Adobe for paid work just because it's faster and like I automatically know how to do a bunch of stuff. But I was like, I need to have something else in the back burner in case they cut me off permanently. Had a power outage while my laptop was plugged in. Not only did it fry my battery, it cut off midway through my render. So not only did it screw up the video, it just completely corrupted my save. That's awful. I don't know what I would do if that happened. I would like be so mad. Sometimes no matter how hard you try, your existence gets in the way. Looks good. You still use CS6? Oh, that's a good version, man. Like I had like a bunch of Adobe stuff on a CD, and I don't know where it is. I had like bootleg Flash for the longest time, and then I had to like wipe my hard drive, and then after I wiped it, I couldn't find like my Adobe CD. You made 3D animation using Blender? I've only been using it for 2D so far. Hopefully at some point I'll learn how to like integrate the two. I would like to use like 3D backgrounds in combination with the 2D tools, because I've seen people do that on YouTube. But the thing about Adobe is they're so petty. Like, you know how when they told everybody that they were like training their AI on with their art, and then everybody started mass canceling their Adobe subscriptions. So then they made it where if you want to cancel your Adobe subscription, you got to pay like $300. So they like effectively like will not let you cancel. So I have Adobe Animate and I haven't paid for it in like 3 months, but they won't cancel it. They keep sending me things where they're like, pay $3 and we'll extend your subscription. And so I like anytime I'm doing like paid work for freelance, I'll just pay whatever the discounted rate they offered me was, just to have it for that one project, and then once I'm done, I switch back to this. But I didn't want to be working on this and then have them cut it off in the middle of the production, like at the point I'm at now. So I'm like, that would happen to me. You don't have a good PC to keep doing it though. This PC is kind of a potato. Like I thought it was good. I've tried to do some things in it where it like started screaming. You know when the fan kicks in, it gets real loud. Let me see if I can do the automatic shadows and have it not look like crap. I actually know how to do this in Adobe Animate, but it's like a real roundabout way to do it. You're basically just using like another layer of the same animation with like a bunch of filters on it. So it's not perfect, but I like it better than like having to sit here and individually draw all the shadows. I think it looks good enough. You pirated CS3. It was using it for years, and then CS6 came out in 2012. And I pirated that and had that for years in existence. I'm like, how? Explain it to me. I want an older version so badly, but I don't want to deal with their monthly subscription model. And I still haven't figured out how to do that. You have the whole CSS. Man, I had like CS, I think it was CSX. I had CS6 from a job that I worked where the guy bought it off of eBay. He bought like the box set for CS6 off of eBay. And I installed it on another laptop that's not this laptop that's holding the camera right now, where I'm reading the chat off of a laptop. But like I had to like wipe that hard drive and get rid of that too. I was like, man, like I wish I could find that disc. I have a disc of all this bootleg stuff. I have no idea where it is though. Oh, your college you went to had it. And the one you have still hasn't been patched. Like, I will pay you whatever money I got for a copy of CS6 plus the activation key. You have it on a USB. Now, the worst thing is I have Toon Boom Harmony Pro on my old potato PC. Like I had like this monster PC from 2011 that I built from scratch. And back in 2011, it was like really fast and really good. Like way overkill. Because I had, I think I got my income tax return or something. And that was like the first time I ever like had money to like really invest in a PC. And so for the time, it was a monster. It could run anything, but now it's a potato, and it can barely run. Toon Boom. So I have it on there, but I can't get it off. Like I can't like take the Toon Boom install that I got on that and like transfer it to this computer. So that's kind of frustrating. I think this is fine. I'm not too particular about these shadows. Please do piracy crimes with me. My latest animation, I had to rip it like 6 times already. I had to rip the SW up to FLA. Oh my god, I've had to do that before too. Flash is crazy though. One time I went when I was back in Maryland. I live in LA now, but I used to live in Maryland, and I went to a computer show. You know those like computer show and sales where they just sell a bunch of stuff. Somebody had a copy of Flash 8, brand new in the box, and it was like $250. And I didn't have any money on me at the time, and I was like, man, if I had the money, I would buy that because it's like finding a diamond. You're never gonna see that again. It's like dude who was selling it didn't even know what he had. This is another one of those shots where I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the background. Because they're supposed to be in the Mad Hatter's nightclub. I haven't really decided what that's gonna look like on the inside. I mean, it doesn't need to be like super detailed. And I might have like strobing lights or something. I'll figure that out. Let's see, how long have we been going? It's been 2 hours? It took me 2 hours to do that? That's crazy. I guess that's good. I didn't realize it had been that long. That's how it starts. That's how you work your way to the 12-hour stream. You'd be like, yo, it's been 12 hours? Within my grasp, yet again, so far out of reach. Demetrius Nightclub from Sly Cooper, or the nightclub from Club Penguin. Those are the only two options. I might actually look at that Sly Cooper one. Because it's gonna have like a bunch of like the what is the hair called? The March hair. It's gonna have a bunch of like other rabbit girls like dancing in the club. This is supposed to be like, you know, in the anime intros where they show you like snippets of things that happen later on, but the animation is different. So this is gonna be the scene where they she like saves him and then they start working together. Before this, she was chasing him to get her watch back. So after this, she saves him and they start cooperating. I want to try doing this like sliding effect, but I'm scared of like messing everything up. So let's see if I can do it. I know how to do it in theory. I think one of the problems with this, I'll say one of the problems with Blender is I have the line art on one layer and I have the color on another layer, and you can't, as far as I know, you can't like merge these two layers into each other. Or maybe you can. Hold on. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, yeah. Forget I just said that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. 'Cause I just did it. Learning things. So wait a minute. Let me just make sure that's not messing up. All right, that's good to know. Oh wait, I messed up his eyes. Hold on. What did I do? How come it didn't work for his eye color? Look at the nightclub scene from the 2000s Rat Bastard animated pilot. I feel like it's just what you're looking for. It's like CalArts all over. I think I've seen that. If there's a cartoon called Rat Bastard, I've definitely seen it. Okay, so why is it not merging his eyes correctly? There goes the fire truck again. I don't know if I said this before, but I live like really close to a fire station. And apparently every day, all day, there's constantly fires. Like, all the time. I don't get why it would work for Alice and not... Oh man, did I mess something up? Hold on. Oh, I turned his layer off. I got scared for a second. I might just mess with that off stream. Figure out what I'm doing. I'm gonna save this as a different file, just in case I screwed everything up. It was made as just an animated pilot. They never actually made it. Apparently, it was too edgy for MTV. That's crazy. The firemen are causing the fires. That's actually like the ultimate scam. Just for my inconvenience. Your mean Sonic is still gold to me. Don't Flinch reminds me of Ren and Stimpy. Ren from Ren and Stimpy. You ever gonna go back to Newgrounds? I recently got back. I'm still on there. I post on there. Like, I post art on there. I've been posting a lot of, like, stuff from this on there. I just haven't done any animation in a while. So, once this is done, I'm going to post it on Newgrounds. I just, I think I fell off for a while because I was working this crazy animation job for a long time where, it's like I was animating so much stuff for that job but not doing anything for my own stuff for, like, 7 years. So, it's like I dropped off the face of the earth. And it was also stuff I couldn't show to anybody because it was like, it wasn't NDA, but it was like behind the paywall where you have to like pay to see it type thing. Oh yeah, you saw the art. So I'm still like on there. I still post and like do blogs and stuff. Cut off for a while, bro. It was like 2016. No, they had me like locked in a dungeon making cartoons. It'll be a big comeback. Plus, I like Newgrounds. I always still mess with Newgrounds. Like some of the stuff I've recently posted gets front paged on the art portion, and it's crazy because there's like when I was on Newgrounds back in the day, getting on front page was like such a big deal. That was like one of my goals when I was in college. Like I wanted to make something that would be on the front page. And now it kind of just happens. And it's like, it's like, that's cool. But no, I'm glad Newgrounds is still around. Newgrounds is like the last thing from like the old school. All your art's going front page, no surprise. Oh, hey, Pokemon music. I didn't realize this was Pokemon music. Oh, you noticed? The biking route. I haven't played like an actual Pokemon game since Game Boy Color. To this day, you haven't been front paged. You can do it. Like now is the time to do it because, like back in the day, I felt like there were a lot of like people who were like on like a more professional level to compete with. Like people like there used to be like. The dude Sexual Lobster and like what's that dude's name? Speederoo, who does he's doing a series now, Punch Forever. Like people like that, you had to compete with people like that who were like doing like studio looking work, and now it's just like high school kids like making like smiling friends for art and stuff. Oh, you get daily second and daily for that's still good. And I also think it's crazy that Tom Fulp is like still on there personally. Like you could post something and he'll post personally a comment on there, and be like, this is pretty cool or whatever. Or if you like send him a message, he'll reply personally, which is crazy. Speederoo, he was on Newgrounds, he was Speedo Sausage. Now, I think he changed his name to be more appropriate for YouTube. Because one time I was talking to a friend about him, and I was like, dude, do you know this dude Speedo Sausage? And he was like, what? Speedo Sausage? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, no. Like, he's an artist. It's not... Like, let me clarify. Yeah, Tom Fulp is following you. No, Speederoo did, he did Punch Punch Forever. And then he did, what else did he do that was, like, notable? He does a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom animations. He did some music videos that were good. His stuff was on YouTube. It's also rumored that he's Zone Tan, if you remember that. I don't know if he's actually Zone Tan, but that was like the rumor for a long time. Tom Fulp. One time back in the day, like people were making series on Newgrounds, and like from what I heard, people were getting paid for it. So like the dude Chris Nuosi, I think his name was, he was doing a series that I can't remember the name of, but it was like really video game inspired. It was like Sword Art Online influenced, and it was like an ongoing. Like he had a series, and like a couple other people had series, and so I did her slash, and I was like, well, I'm trying to do what they're doing. I have a series and get paid for it. And so I sent him a message, and I asked him if he would sponsor me. And I was like, would you sponsor me for to like make episodes? And when he replied back, he was like, well, how much? He was like, well, how much are you looking for? What's your how much money do you need? And I think I told him something insane. Like I might have told him like $4,000 an episode or something like that. And I don't think he replied to me. I think he left me on red after that. Because I didn't have like the context for how much people were making. I was just like, I need to make enough to do only this full time. So like $4,000 an episode. That seems reasonable. Yeah, Kerbifer. Yeah. What was this series called? He's Zone Tan? Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. The rumor is that he's Zone Tan, but I don't know for sure. It might, like, it's also possible that Zone Tan is like a combination of like 3 or 4 artists. So don't go to him and accuse him of being Zone Tan. He just might be. I don't know. No More My Life as a Teenage Robot. Yeah, that was crazy because I think his episodes were like 30 minutes long, and he did like a solid like 24 episodes a season or something crazy like that. Actually, I met him once out here in LA, and it was weird and awkward because I have a habit of meeting people in person and making it fucking weird. I have no chill when I meet people in person, so. Used to animate for DA Games, but now I animate for fun and make money on Amazon. You make money on Amazon like animating? Tome, yeah, that was it. Yeah, I thought that was like his level of output was insane for one person. Yeah, he is a voice actor from Mob Psycho. He's I think he's the detective dude, the guy that's like a scam artist. I mean, he was in something else too. Oh, you work at a warehouse. Okay, that's okay too. I mostly do this, and I've done some animation for this lawyer on YouTube, Law by Mike. If you've ever seen those, he's on TikTok too. I know he just released something I did like months ago on TikTok, and that's a good job. But he wants them so fast, and it's so much work for one person. It's like good money, but I'm like swamped when I get a job from him because it has to be like produced so fast. Or you just animate for fun now, at your own pace. Honestly, that's the best outcome. I think, like, it's hard to say this to people who like really want to work in animation for a living, but I really think the best situation to be in if you're somebody who like has their own ideas is to like just have a regular job and to be able to come home and work on your own stuff at your own pace. Because like the deadlines and the rate at which they need you to produce stuff for like professional animation is insane. Dexter Manning did that to you. He kept telling me to hurry, even though the animations were like 8 minutes long and I was doing it by myself. That was at least partially a joke. No, that's how, and then like the animation industry is on fire right now. So like all the jobs are like that now. They want one person to do like a season of anime and they want you to do it in like 2 days. And I don't know. But don't get me started on talking about the industry. Cause it's like, it's not too different from when I had it as a day job. But it was more money when I had it as a day job, but I never had time to like do anything else in my spare time because I'd be wiped. DA Games and Dexter Manning's channel ended up going down because nobody could keep up with his needs. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not sustainable. I think that's the problem with everybody who like has the money to animate. I mean, has the money to hire animators. Is they try to like maximize the output into a point that's not sustainable. Whereas if they would just chill and give us like the time we actually need, we'd be able to do like quality work, and people would come back because they care more about the quality work than how fast it's coming out. But nobody wants to hear that. They just want like, they're like, make the cartoon. They're like, make the cartoon. Get back in the cave and make the cartoon. But yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this shot for now. I'm gonna probably do the background off stream, maybe. I think I'll do the next shot after this on stream on Thursday, which is just like a close up of the rabbit guy reacting to her with the sword or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done for now. Did a solid 2 hours, not bad. I was afraid coloring this would be like 30 minutes or something, so that worked out. Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping in. I'm also, like, at some point I'm going to have a Discord where if you join the Discord, it'll just like alert you to when I'm streaming or whatnot. I told somebody I was streaming and they like acted like I was crazy because I don't have a Discord. They're like, why don't you have a Discord? So I'm going to do that at some point. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys around at the next one.